What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be unboxing the 2025 Home Depot Disney Maleficent Halloween animatronic. This prop retails for $279 and just released pretty much. Home Depot shipping is awesome. So yeah, here is the orange box. I guess, I don't know, fun. I forgot to show it, all sides of it, but you win some, you lose some. Yeah, this is one of two props I bought originally. The other one is Ultra Skelly, who I have yet to receive, but I'll probably do an unboxing on him at some point. And here I am just, getting everything out of the box. This prop is both, built well and also built questionably. So there you see the main pole. You'll see when I start building it, but it's basically one central pole rather than two leg poles, which I don't know if I prefer, but that one pole is quite the thick pole, I will say. But here is everything in bags and stuff. Always fun unboxing them for the first time, having to get rid of 3 tons of garbage. But yeah, there's the bird. I didn't realize the bird's mouth moved, I'm not gonna lie at first. A couple cool things. She has a lights only mode, which is unusual, I feel like. If I'm correct that she's SVI. Unusual for an SVI prop. She seems like an SVI prop, just with every little thing. She also has her lights that stay constantly on, even when she's on, sensor mode, which I have not seen that in a ton of props. I know they've started doing that recently with some of the Spirit ones, and overall think it's great. Here I am still getting out parts, though, because there's a lot of parts to this. I think the letters went to P, which, it's nothing I think it's 15-foot Phantom, which they start numbering them after Z. It's Z1, Z2, it's terrible. But, yeah, I think that's probably the most parts in our prop I own. This setup, if anybody has her, I'll have a couple points in this where I go through some things that are annoying. But this was probably one of the worst, specifically SVI setups, out of the 12-foot giant ones. There's definitely been some worse ones. Punctured Pete, Nightcrawler, those come to mind. I've never taken apart Nightcrawler because he was that bad. But overall, this isn't a horrible setup. I know I am saying it's one of the worst. But it's just certain parts of it that are just unnecessarily stupid. Here is the beginning, though. I don't understand why they go with one pole rather than two. I think two is better for the stability. But it's got one of those little bolt screw things, which I don't really mind. Those definitely make it feel like it's going to stand better. Not that it necessarily will make that much of a difference. But, yeah, she has 2 hip loops, one of which comes in 2 pieces, which you see me here putting together. I have a lot of cuts in this video because it just took 30 minutes. This, along with her one hand, has these clips, and for those of you who know them, it's what's the name? I want to say bobby pin, but that's definitely not it. Not safety pin either. It's those kind of almost paper clip kind of metal. I dislike those. That might be one of my least favorite things that they've used with animatronics. I understand the idea, especially for those smaller connections, but I ended up with one of them scratching my nail. I didn't actually damage it physically, but I scraped scraped a little bit off of my nail, which is always exciting. Or that's one way you could describe it. But yeah, they just are unnecessarily difficult to deal with. And you're they hurt to push in. It's just, I don't know. If I could avoid them, I would. But, you can't exactly have it. Anyway, there's both the hip loops. And then I think it's the body form on next. She has the leech kind of style where one arm is permanently connected, which actually surprised me. I hadn't seen that, I don't think, before leech. And yeah, a lot of pieces that are broken up and also not broken up, that whole thing. I would have expected the shoulders to be a separate piece, but oh well. And then you plug in the adapter, and I think it's clothes after this, and this is where the big problem comes in with the clothes. I'll start yapping about it now because I'll take a minute. The sleeves of the arm, there's an inner sleeve which is this pink that you have to slide the arms through. I don't know what they did, but it literally is too tight to fit the foam over almost entirely. I ended up taking a good 15 minutes on the one. Probably not, that's definitely an exaggeration. It was 5 minutes maybe, just trying to squeeze it through because I couldn't figure it out. The other one was a little bit easier, the arm that's already attached to the body form. That one wasn't that bad. But what I ended up having to do for the right arm is, you'll see later, and you have to slide this arm through a little bit here now, but I, like, didn't even slide it through properly because I was thinking that was the arm there, but it wasn't. But you end up, I'll explain actually when I get there. And then I think now it is, yeah, so I ended up putting the arm into the shoulder prong after I had slid, like, the metal through the sleeve, and then I pretty much just forced the pink over the foam. I don't know if I'll be able to get it out, to be honest. It was pretty dumb. Like, you can see there how tight the sleeve is around my hand even. I don't know why they didn't make it, like, even like a quarter of an inch would probably have made it better. It just does not work. Anyway, here is the staff getting built. This part is weird. I don't like this. Those poles are very thin, and then you have, like, the whole bird and everything on the hand, and that hand felt really heavy, and I was actually worried about it. Like, when I was trying to put it just on the arm before, I was worried I was just gonna, like, weigh the arm down. But when you have it connected to both the staff and the arm, it feels fine. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I think she's built fine. Not the greatest built prop, but her metal is thicker than a lot of other props, which is good to see. I do realize Home Depot in general has had some problems this year with a lot of their animatronics, because that's definitely a word. But yeah, here I am still doing, I think, the staff now, or am I doing, oh no, it's the hand. And this had another one of those little clips that just, this was the one that I, like, destroyed my fingers with. I mean, not actually, I didn't, like, cut myself, but yeah. Overall, just not a fun setup. And here you see again the pink is causing me an issue, like that pink inner sleeve. You can't really see it here, but it ends up pushing down that side of her clothes on the shoulder, and I have to, like, force it up a little bit more, or force it in more. Just overall not a great design for that. I like the idea of having the inner sleeve, just not the fact that it's so tightly around the foam. I almost literally ripped off the foam. Not, like, unintentionally, like, I almost was like, I'm just going to take this foam off because it's dumb. But I ended up leaving it on. I did rip one of them, though, with her right arm. Here I'm putting the final clothes on, though. Overall, it's a good prop. I definitely would recommend. Is it worth $280? I mean, I guess for the licensing, it makes it a little bit more like, yeah, sure. But she's cool, and I think that she'd maybe be worth, like, $240, but I don't know about the extra $40 there. Although I like the bird and everything. I think she is pretty solid of a prop, and she looks nice. Clothes are decent quality. Head is decent quality. You got the plastic horns and then the actual latex head. You got the servo movement, which is awesome. The light up eyes and the ball lights up cool. And then you got the bird going caw caw or whatever the bird does, which is awesome. My bird actually has like a crack in the center of his, well, not a crack, but it's like the seam on the center of his head is a little bit misaligned. So that's always exciting. Here I put on this collar, or I grabbed the wrong collar first. Oh no, I thought it went on the front because I thought it like was pointed downward, and then I realized after I put it the wrong way here that I was doing that. Anyway, yeah, that's all. If you have a bunch of money to spend, would definitely recommend getting this prop. Maybe like 25% off once they first start going on sale, because I don't really feel like paying all that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video as I am finishing up there, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.
Listen well, all of you. The princess shall indeed grow in grace and beauty, beloved by all who know. But before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.